TikTok. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10, 10, 10. Why? Why not 3 or 2 or 357? Why do humans count in a base 10 numeral system and not any others of the numbers I've mentioned? Well, it's because we have 10 fingers, 5 on each hand. But you know what else we have 10 of? Toes! So why don't we count in base 20? I want to live in a world where all students have to have their bare feet up at their desks. You know who did count in base 20? The ancient Mayans. You know, that big race who supposedly predicted the end of the world. But goofs who worshipped a sun with their tongues sticking out are not better scientists than modern day humans, which is why the Mayan numeral system was quite bad. Every number 1 through 4 was represented with a number of dots. 4, 3, 2, 1. But what about 0? Well, the Mayans were the first civilization to have a placeholder value, and that placeholder value was a shell. It seems random, but shells were used to create jewellery and trumpets in those days, so I'll give it a pass. But why is 5 just a line? The Mayans had no resemblance to lines. Yes, these rules are random, but it's okay because random rules are fine so long as you carry them through. And the Mayans do a good job of that, all the way up until you get to 20. For 20, you put a shell to represent 0 ones, and then a dot on top of it to represent 120. Now you're a possibly clever individual, so can you figure out what 25 would be? You have a line to represent 5 ones and a dot in the row above to represent 120. And guess how 6 is drawn? You have a line to represent 5 ones and a dot on top of the line, but it's in the same row. And this gives the dot a value of 1, but they look identical or near enough. This is why base 20, base toes, is bad. But I'm assuming that all of my viewers are humans, and I imagine a lot of them are animals. There are bipedals, which are humans, ducks, etc., quadrupedals, which are most animals like foxes and cats, sexapedals, which are most insects, octopedals, which are octopuses and spiders, and then there are many animals with no legs at all. And not every animal has 5 fingers. Some have 0 or 3 or 4. So if you ask your cat what 16 plus 1 is, and your cat responds 11, your cat is actually a genius, not a not genius, because cats have 4 paws, each with 4 fingers, so they count in a base 16 numeral system. But there's another living thing besides cells, germs, bacteria, plants, and mushrooms. Some of you are robots. And robots count in a base 2 system using only 2 digits, 0 and 1. Many people think counting in binary is hard, but it's easy. And I'll prove it. I'll count to 10 in binary right now. 1, 1 0, 1 1, 1 0 0, 1 0 1, 1 1 0, 1 1 1, 1 0 0 0, 1 0 0 1, 1010. You have a row of columns. The value of each column is half the one on its left. The rightmost column is valued at 1. And you put a 1 in a column if you want to add it to your total value. You put a 0 if you do not want to add it. Then you remove all of the columns and values, and you are left with a string of binary. Now, binary is very good, but it's only used by robots, and it's too complicated to use in day-to-day life. So why don't we use a more simple number system? So what's better than base 2? Exactly, Bella. base 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's incredibly simple and you can count it on one hand. So basically you take a line, and then another line, and then another line, and then another line, and then you cross it all out because you did it wrong. And then you do it all again. Here's how you draw 537. Yikes, that's not very efficient. Maybe we should use base 10 after all. I've covered many alternatives in this video, but none of them seem to be very efficient. If you have any better ideas, then leave them in the comments below. Other than that, I'm out.